A well-told story can change a life. It can inspire action and improve our world. At Fireside Production, we believe in the celebration of story, and it is our pleasure to once again bring to life the experiences and impact of our 9 News Leader of the Year finalists, including Dr. Nita Mosby Tyler. Nita's history and heart allow her to take on crucial issues around diversity, inclusion, equity, and equality with grace and compassion. She challenges us to think differently with the goal of transforming and healing people, organizations, and communities. Nita, congratulations and thank you for your powerful work and your extraordinary leadership.
There I was 2 years ago sitting in the executive suite of Children's Hospital Colorado, a great organization, dream position and dream place. And then our presidential election happened and I watched our country polarizing in a way that made me really uncomfortable. I couldn't even sleep at night. And I was certain that I didn't want to see you, your children, your grandchildren ever go through what I went through growing up, which was growing up in the segregated South and all of the horrible things that happened then. And it felt a little bit like that for me. And because I felt so strongly about not wanting that to happen to anybody, I left the very thing that I'd worked up to my whole career to start the Equity Project. I never dreamed in a million years that it would become my life's work. And I'm so happy it did.
The thing is, she's not afraid. She goes in, she gives it her all, and she continues to develop her experience and then gives it right back out to the community for the betterment of all.
She obviously has great expertise in equity and inclusion work, but she's also an incredibly thoughtful and motivating leader. People like working with her, and they're encouraged to lead because of their work with her.
Being the chair of the board of a community foundation, the magnitude of a Denver foundation really calls for humble expertise, where we value what we believe to be true in a community as well as what the community believes to be true. The Bonfie Stanton Foundation board that I sit on, also at the advancement of the arts in the most inclusive way. And the Center for Trauma and Resilience is all about aiding, supporting, fortifying any victim of crime through techniques around resilience.
Nita has the ability to encourage others to find their voice. Her long-term impact is to encourage people to have conversations around equity and to think deeply how that impacts their lives and the lives of others.
The Leadership Foundation has been very important in my life. You know, it's one thing to say, I've been the Inclusivity Day Chair for Leadership Denver for probably 6 years in a row now. But it's quite another thing to see that manifest in outcomes.
I went through the Equity Project experience through Inclusivity Day, through Leadership Denver. She really helps identify organizations' blind spots related to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and helps us determine how to be more intentional in closing those gaps or addressing those gaps, because ultimately that has returns in employee engagement and directly relate to the revenues of an organization.
I've also done some really good work facilitating very difficult scenarios in our communities, use of force policies, name changes of communities. So oftentimes I'll get called in to do work like that can be volatile, with a whole goal of healing communities.
She has impacted the Five Points community through not only her personal involvement in being a resident in the neighborhood, but also through the various roles that she's held through her career. She did a lot in the Five Points community through her influencers and her role. Everything she does in collaboration. I read somewhere where she wrote something to the effect of, regardless of the adversity one faces, everyone has the gift to help others.
Here we are today with an opportunity to make sure that we're greater than ever. And I hope that's inspirational to the people that I talk to, that the bad story isn't always the end of the story. Sometimes it's the beginning of the story.